do I still hate the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro? So a lot of you guys probably saw the video that I put out the other week where I pretty much just explained that I'm not a huge fan when it comes to the design of the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. But now that I actually have the earbuds and I've had them for a couple days and I've been able to compare them to the Buds 2 Pro, I've been able to see how I really feel about them outside of just the design. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. How do they stack up to the Buds 2 Pro and what exactly is different aside from the design? So let's actually jump right into it and let's just talk about the fit. Obviously, Buds 2 Pro, you have the traditional Bud style. And for me, the fit with those is great. You know, I got smaller ears and I'm able to wedge those things in my ear and get an incredibly secure fit. They're one of the most secure earbuds that I've ever used. And I love them for that. For like workouts and things, they're perfect. But on the flip side, since you have to kind of wedge them in your ear pretty good, they're not the most comfortable. So not something that I would wear for like hours at a time or just wear for like a 3-4 hour flight or anything like that. And with the Buds 3 Pro, with that stem style design, they are much more comfortable. I will give them that. You can definitely wear them, at least I can definitely wear them for much longer periods of time. Now, another thing that a lot of people talked about with the stem style is that the controls are going to be so much better. And I will say that they are more convenient. You've got the squeeze controls along the stem and they give you this like tactile, clicky type response when you do it each time. It's kind of satisfying to hear every time you kind of, you know, play or pause or track forward or track backward. Honestly, for me, the controls on the Buds 2 Pro were never an issue. Now, if you had to go and like reposition them or something like that, there was a chance that you might accidentally pause your music or something. But again, like I said, the fit for me was always really, really good, very, very secure. And then you could even do volume controls with that experimental feature where you could, you know, tap on the outside of your ear, not necessarily on the earbuds, but right next to your ear, just the surface of your skin, and you could control the volume. And that always worked very well for me. So the controls weren't something that I was looking to be like revamped, but I will say that, you know, now that I've used the Buds 3 Pro, it is more convenient. It is easier to use. You got the swipe gesture where you go up and down the stem to control the volume. So, I mean, it is more intuitive. I will give it credit for that. Now let's actually talk about noise cancellation. And this is something that is also improved. So as always with noise cancellation, you kind of have to split it up into two different categories. You got higher frequency sounds and you got lower frequency sounds. Now, noise cancellation is obviously intended for lower frequency sounds. And when it comes to lower frequency sounds, I will say that the Buds 3 Pro are noticeably better than the Buds 2 Pro. I've got a noisy HVAC system here in my basement, here in the recording area where I do all my videos. And with the Buds 2 Pro, I could still hear the presence of the HVAC system when it was running. The ANC was definitely doing its job, but like I said, I could still kind of hear it. But with the Buds 3 Pro, it pretty much just wiped it out completely. Like I could not tell if it was on or off. So when it comes to lower frequency sounds, definitely improvement with the Buds 3 Pro. Now, when it comes to higher frequency sounds, I can't tell much of a difference. I was actually having a conversation with my wife and unbeknownst to her, I was testing out the noise cancellation and it seemed about equal between the Buds 2 Pro and the Buds 3 Pro. Now, as far as noise cancellation, again, I got to give Samsung credit. They have made it a little bit cleaner compared to the Buds 2 Pro. So it sounds very, very similar to the AirPods. I still have to sit down and do like an exact back and forth comparison with the AirPods, but you know, off first impressions, it's on the AirPods level, if not maybe a little bit better. Again, I still have some testing to do, so we'll figure that out later. And I like the fact that you have the adjustable slider inside the Galaxy Wearable app right there, easily accessible. Whereas with the Buds 2 Pro, it does have some additional controls for the ambient mode, but you kind of have to dive deeper into the settings and really kind of, you know, search for them inside the Wearable app. And I was never a fan of those additional controls. To me, they always made the ambient mode sound super like robotic and just overly processed. It was not something that I enjoyed using. With the Buds 3 Pro, that's not an issue. Super clean, super effective. So again, I got to give thumbs up to Samsung when it comes to the transparency mode as well. And I kind of touched on it already, but Just the layout of the app is a little bit better, a little bit more intuitive with the Buds 3 Pro. Even something as simple as the EQ controls. With the Buds 2 Pro, again, you had to kind of dig deeper into the settings of the app to even make changes to your EQ. Whereas with the Buds 3 Pro, it's right there, it's on the first page, and it's just easily accessible. Now, what about sound quality? So there are some very subtle differences between the two. And honestly, I wouldn't necessarily say that the Buds 3 Pro sound better than the Buds 2 Pro, but I would say that they sound cleaner. When it comes to the bass, I think the bass is just a little bit more accurate. It's not quite as boomy as the Buds 2 Pro. And I'm not saying that the Buds 2 Pro are like super boomy or anything like that, but compared to the Buds 3 Pro, they just sound cleaner, a little bit more refined. And then when it comes to the mids and the highs, again, I think they just sound a little bit cleaner. I think the treble is just a little bit more pronounced, not necessarily better, just a little bit different and more refined, if that makes sense. Now, another thing is that you have the fully adjustable EQ within the app as well. You don't just have the EQ presets, and that's something that should have been there a long time ago. Now, the other thing I was very curious about was going to be the microphone performance with the stem style design. That's something that should definitely be better compared to the actual bud design on the Buds 2 Pro. And so far, that's the one thing I've been like disappointed about. So far in my testing, it doesn't seem much different. And now there's no excuse because you have the stem style design, which in theory brings the microphone closer to the mouth. But to me, they sound the exact same. I did do a test, which I'll play for you guys here in a second. I went to a very noisy bridge, just like an overpass bridge. You got a bunch of cars passing by. So there was quite a bit of traffic noise taking place. Probably a bit of a extreme test, if you will. And when I got to my computer, I listened to them, compare them to each other. Like I could not tell a difference, to the point that I had to get on YouTube and look at other people's reviews of the Buds 3 Pro and listen to their mic samples to see if maybe I'm doing something wrong when I'm doing these microphone tests. And surprisingly, a lot of them sounded similar. One video in particular, Mike O'Brien, if you haven't checked out his channel, make sure you do so. He has a really good review on the Buds 3 Pro, and he did a microphone sample, and he did something really interesting. So he recorded the first microphone sample using the S24 Ultra, and he used the Buds 3 Pro to capture 360-degree audio, which is a feature that you get on the S24 Ultra if you have them paired up with a Samsung set of earbuds. And when he did that, the microphones sounded a lot better in my opinion. But he did a second microphone test where he just hooked up the earbuds to the phone via Bluetooth and did like a voice recording in an outdoor environment. And it sounded very similar to the results that I got. I don't know, it seems like the background noise competes a lot with the voice. And it's almost like the background noise is being amplified in a way. So I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point. So let me just show you guys the test and you guys can be the judge. All right, so just for context, as you can see, I'm up here on a pretty busy bridge, and this is what it sounds like straight from the camera's microphone. All right, so now we switched over to the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. This is one thing that I was very curious to see how these sound compared to the Buds 3 Pro. Hopefully it sounds better now that we have the stem style design. All right, so as you can see, we have switched over to the Buds 3 Pro. You got the brand new stem style, bringing the microphones a little bit closer to the mouth. So yeah, hopefully we'll see if these sound any better compared to the 2 Pro. So yeah, I don't know if you guys could tell, but to me, it's like the background noise is almost amplified and it's on the same level as the volume of your voice. Whereas most other earbuds, it's kind of the opposite. You can kind of hear most earbuds suppressing the background noise and kind of isolating the voice. But for some reason, Samsung earbuds is just like background noise, voice. So overall, first impressions after a couple days, do I still hate the Samsung Galaxy Buds 3 Pro? No, I never hated them. I'm just not a fan of the design choice this time around. It just feels very, if you can't beat them, join them, if that makes sense. So if you don't have either the Buds 2 Pro or the Buds 3 Pro, would I recommend these? Yes, I would, mostly for the better noise cancellation and the cleaner transparency mode. Also, the layout of the app is just a little bit more intuitive. Now, if you have the Buds 2 Pro and they're still in fully functional condition, you're happy with them, you're happy with the fit, then I don't think it's really worth, running out to grab these right away. And not to mention the whole quality control issues that they're having right now. And again, the microphone performance, I'm not noticing any difference whatsoever. So those are my initial thoughts, like I said, after a couple of days with the Buds 3 Pro and how they stack up against the Buds 2 Pro. Hopefully you guys found it to be helpful. Other than that, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.